And hello. This is Psychochronic, aka Psychorarity, and here we are again with another episode of Rarity Talk. What is Rarity Talk? It is my vlog or podcast or show, whatever you want to call it, that just chronicles my experience within the FGC. Nearly 20 years of Canadian pride and experience on the table and presence. And I always felt like I was like the FGC history god that just likes to talk stories and whatever. So here I am, episode 72, FGC Travel Agent. Psychochronic, aka Psychorarity, discusses FGC Travel Agent, a series of stories every time that I've helped cover someone's travel component for an event, the mindset going through this, and its various experiences to me in the fighting game community. The 72nd episode of hopefully many, part Canadian history lesson, part time theater, part photo album, speaking about the Canadian Street Fighter community through my perspective. And without including the intro and this outro, I have 9 chapters. So let's just get this show on the road. Past travel, recruitment, and thoughts from 2000X to 2009. So, one of the biggest motivations is US motivation. So, this is a Ceroid post after Sogo Bar Fights 1. So, Sogo Bar Fights 1 was hosted in June 2009, and every FGC in North America was going through their version of bar fights. Sometimes it doesn't have to be a tournament, it can just be exhibitions. Well, for this one, they did both a Marvel 2 exhibition, a Soul Calibur 6 tournament, an HD Remix 3 versus 3 tournament, and the main event, Street Fighter 4, Vanilla Street Fighter 4. So they got 92 people in on this. It was ran by the Soul Calibur community, but it was advertised on Red Flag Deals, Shoryuken, Tekken Zaibatsu, 8-Way Run, uh, Red Flag, Game Facts, and GameSpot. So 92 people showed up, and it was won by JS Master. So, and second was Gurjay, and third was Chaos 2D. So this was a big tournament because when they did Alphaism Radio, it was I think Ski Sonic and Keats running the show. Uh, JS Master and Gurjay got a shout out on the show. So it's like, yo, something's up here. So it's like, so Ceroid made a post about this, and I felt like it was the most motivational post ever. I'm going to turn this post, which started off as a joke, into a serious one. I want to open everyone's eyes. Those who have traveled to the States are probably going to agree with me and rep me for this. Those who have never traveled to the States are probably going to neg me. At this time, I never traveled to the States, with EVO 2009 being weeks after this post being my first US major. Note. Just fix a little thing. There you go. Just fix that. Right. All right. If you want to make a name for yourself in terms of the Street Fighter community, you need to travel to the States. The Street Fighter community is huge, and we do not live in California, aka SF headquarters. No one cares about wins at local tournaments. You need to make some friends abroad and just hang out with people. You need to play in major tournaments and then either win gracefully, lose gracefully, win like an asshole, or lose like an asshole. It's a requirement, and there's no middle ground. No one cares about the people that win and then disappear. You are known by your screen name. Fuck MSN. You need AIM, America Online Instant Messenger. Everyone you meet in the States uses AIM. You are known by your character when you're not playing the games. Where's that Henry guy that won that Sea tournament a few years ago? What's his name online? He plays at Love Getty and just feeds game after game last I checked. And you know what? He's one of the nicest people I've ever met. But no one cares about that. He lacks character and therefore has the same reputation in the Street Fighter community as the guy that served me my latte at Starbucks. Sorry, that's the truth. Allow me to show you. JS Master. He wins all the Toronto tournaments, travels to the States, places high, and talks a lot of shit. Wears a shirt that has Chun-Li on it and JS Master on it. He hypes himself up to everyone. He's a fucking loudmouth and everyone loves him for it. Wing, loudmouth, has never won a major tournament, has only traveled to the States a few times, has never placed high in an American tournament as far as I know. Not even sure if he qualified for EVO and CVS2. Sorry if you did, Wing, it's been a long time. Ask Paul Lee or Mike Watson or Tragic who this Wing from Toronto is. They know. Ratio 1 beatdown. Beats Daigo at Evo. Awesome, but who cares? He's the guy that beat Daigo and smokes weed with the rest of the top players. This guy was in our hotel room with Jason Cole smoking weed and playing CBS2 till 7 in the morning. 7 in the morning. All Gordon and I could hear was your fucking button mashing during our sleep. Searoyd has made absolutely no mark in the Street Fighter community outside of Canada in terms of placings, aside from the two top 5 placings in third strikes. Top 5 doesn't mean shit, top 3 does, and I don't know if I'll ever hit it, yet I still have a reputation. Why? Because I'm fucking cool. I yell and scream. I sit in hotel rooms with scrubs for 5 hours at a time and teach them how to get better at third strike. I murdered a scrub at third strike once at Evo, and after the game he looked at me and said, "Hey, how do I beat you?" And I said, "Honestly, you probably shouldn't do so many wake up uppercuts." And no, I didn't start throwing him more after that. I was being honest, because I'm fucking cool. Need I remind everyone that John D. Rockefeller always gives me shoutouts when he does commentary? He stopped doing commentary 2 to 3 years ago, did a session a few weeks ago, and still mentioned my name. Naganolock 2. No offense, Justin, but I have to put you in the same boat as me in the I don't know if I'll ever hit top 3 in a major American tournament. Just being realistic. Please don't take this the wrong way. But with that said, everyone knows you. You are, if anything, the person that provides hype. You are the one who takes and makes money matches whenever you're at an American tournament. You are the big guy that always gives the firm handshakes. Americans see you as one of the TOSF's leaders. You have a great rep. Adam B. I'm not trying just to hype him up because he's my best friend, but if you ask any FFA third strike players about this guy, Adam is the second most famous TOSF third strike player aside from me. I can't explain why, unless you heard of Vic Vance or haven't heard of Vic Vance. Maybe you heard of Vic Vance. This is probably flying over most of your heads, but trust me, all of FFA Third Strike knows Adam B. That's all I'm going to say. Dave Rowe, I don't know you. I know who you are. I know you're good with Honda, yet I know you're part of our community, but I don't know anything about you because I just met you. Yet I know you're fucking cool. I know that you came to Buffalo with us last weekend. I know that when I came back, I saw a post that said, "Thanks to that Honda guy from Toronto for giving me some tips." You, sir, have a bright future ahead of you when it comes to reputation. Samir has a lot of rep. Not the kind that you want. One of the nicest guys in the community. This guy has seriously never caused me to think an ill thought about his personality, but then again, terrible reputation. Bad, bad, bad reputation. I have nothing else to say. I have nothing to say except I'm sorry you have this terrible, terrible rep. But it all takes one bad thing to happen. Please see tiny URL link. Chris Brown. Chris Brown, disambiguous. So all the famous people in Wikipedia that's named Chris Brown. All right, I think I kind of get it. All right, continuing on with this post because I felt like this is a very important post. After reading it back then and reading it now, it has to motivate you. I guess what I'm trying to say is that you just gotta get out there. Go across that border. Hope you don't get denied for access for punching a girl in the face a few years ago. And then when you're finally at that tournament, you just play your heart out and chill with everyone in between matches. Cheer for the stranger from Virginia you just met when you went out for a smoke. Placing high helps, but it isn't necessary. Evo this year is probably has over 1,000 entrants this year. Are you really only gonna try to make friends with the top 10? If you think you can become a huge name in the Street Fighter community without traveling abroad, I have three things to say. You are an open person that lacks you are a person who lacks an open mind. You have never traveled to the States for a major tournament. I am right. You are wrong. Sigh. Here comes the neg bomb. Everyone thinks I'm being a dick now. It's like this post is madness. And then you have Gurjay's post here. Add to the list of Saga Marvel. EX Matt, known for being one of the biggest trolls on SRK and chilling with all the Marvel heads at the majors. Jigabry, known for being the king of Canadian Marvel, but also gained huge rep for defending Samir in that whole situation. Funny on how the same situation which just destroyed Samir's rep can boost Bry's so much. The top 5 finish in third straight may have helped that year too. Gurjay, which is himself. To be honest, absolutely no placings in the States, but to all the Marvel heads, they know me as that other Marvel player from Canada. In CVS, 2 people knew me as from the vids. Even when the States was just crazy when he went to the States, picked his team. People came up after he was Gurjay, used Sakura or Roleno Eagle Blanca. Nobody else picked Roleno Eagle or Roleno outside of Canada. The thing is, only East Coast players know me, and mostly Marvel heads. I guess some West Coast Marvel heads know me too. Why do they remember me? Oddly enough, I think it's because I'm huge and I'm the only guy who goes to smoke up with Saga Crew plus Marvel heads and doesn't actually join in on the session. I just chill with everybody because that's what majors are all about. Sean Ryan, Kwan, anybody else from Canada who is good in Marvel and not mentioned. These guys didn't really go out of their way to talk to the scene at the majors they went to. If you go to a major to play and only play, it's not going to benefit you in the long run. Even if your goal is just to get better by playing top players, I will guarantee you that a few minutes talking to that random player standing next to you who just knocked you out of CVS 2 teams, aka Potter, will teach you more about the game and the scene than any amount of matches with them. Point is, Marvin's post is godlike. Edit. Apparently, me and JS got shoutouts on Alphaism Radio for the results of Sogo by Ski Sonic. I think something has to be said for a local 92-man tournament being somewhat important, but I doubt if I would have gotten the shout out if it wasn't for us being already known by Ski Sonic and traveling to the States and chilling with them. LOL, too bad no one's gonna read it. I just realized that it's a results thread. Alright, so that was one of the most important posts in history, and it's one of those things of like, you know what? If there's more to beyond your home scene. It was finally time for most people to finally break out of that the boundaries and the jurisdictions of your home scene and travel and know what it's like. So I remembered this quote. So a lot of time has happened. So I remembered when Tokyo Drift came out. So a long time has passed, and we're gonna enter 2011. So in 2010, I placed top 5 at Evo for Tatsunoko versus Capcom, and I felt a lot of pressure going into me. And I felt like things are going to change. So.
Introducing Little Caesar's
Fuck.
new barbecue blast pan.
Okay, just play this ad. So, what I felt like going in is that going into 2011, there's an unwritten agreeable rule of a person in this community that if you claim retirement, if you're done as a competitor or you're done with this scene, you cannot be found here for 2 years. Like you cannot, compete in tournaments for 2 years. We don't just don't be found. Playing online is, and back then most people didn't play on PSN or Xbox Live. We're entering Street. What do we have at this time? Super Street Fighter 4 and HD Remix was dead, and nobody cared for Tatsunoko versus Capcom, and Marvel 2 was pretty dead. So playing online doesn't count. Going to that one session, like once a year, like it doesn't matter if it's a casual or a major, just to hang out doesn't count because you're not competing in it. And also, watching the stream strictly doesn't count. Like a lot can happen within 2 years, and I'll give you a lot of examples. From 2009 to 2011, we as a scene in Toronto went from, and I'm trying to say this chronologically, starting off on PS3, but eventually when we got sponsorship, we played on 360, and that was the main console ever since. We are going through two versions of Street Fighter 4, and then the third one being upcoming in the middle of the year, being AE. We have Marvel vs. Capcom 3 coming out, so you'll have a new player base of players from other games, and also Street Fighter 4 that'll probably play this game. It's a mixture of, it's more TVC than it is to Marvel 2. All the players from the past era who were the top players in the previous games, CVS 2, Marvel 2, Third Strike, gone. They did not, to those players that did not adapt to Street Fighter 4, they were going to be gone into the scene, and Marvel 3 was not enough to attract the majority of those OGs back. So I felt like this is where, oh, and going into 2011, JS Master was on his way out. Like he wanted to go through his level of retirement, and he didn't go to any major. I know he went to CEO 2011. He went to West Coast Warzone, no MTLSF Nemesis 2, West Coast Warzone, and CEO. He didn't even go to his home major T12. And then a year later, which would be the summer of 2012, he'd be en route to Shanghai. So a lot of things were changing. I felt like because I had to somewhat pick up where the OGs left off, the one thing that post inspired me was think something of what to do. So eventually, like when I wanted to do my World Warrior project, all those cheap mega buses were real. So like hearing this quote, talk, just get to the speech. All right.
Well, you know those old westerns? The cowboys make a run for the border? This is my Mexico.
Why did you let me race with your car?
Yeah.
You knew I was gonna wreck it.
Why not?
Cause it's a lot of money.
I have money. It's trust and character I need around me. Yeah, who you choose to be around you, let you know who you are. Yeah, one car in exchange for knowing what a man's made of. That's a price I can live with. Look at all those people down there. They follow the rules for what? They're letting fear lead them.
Here
What happens if I don't?
I wanted to take risks.
Life's simple. You make choices and you don't look back.
All right, we'll just end it there. But like, I wanted to take risks because at this point, entering 2011, I was in my 6th year of the scene, and the player base and the landscape of the scene has switched. When SSF4 came out, when Street Fighter 4 came out, all the games of the previous era were basically like thrown out the way. There was no emphasis in most of the majors, aside from, let's say, Third Strike. But we didn't have CVS 2, we didn't have Marvel 2, and HD Remix was dead, but Vanilla ST was slowly getting a revival. Explanation of the good ending and bad ending. All right, why do I have this?
Elevate somebody, because somebody elevated you. Somebody used their career, their time, their name, their sacrifice to make you who you are now. You can't do the same, and you're an ungrateful son of a bitch, and get the fuck out.
All right, so I remembered that of like, there's a lot of people that would think, oh, it's. I felt like if the scene made you a top player, do the right thing and give back to the scene by elevating all the players below you, make them better. And in return, it steps everyone else's game up, even myself. Hey, man, these guys that I beat, 4 months ago, they're getting better than me and I can't beat them. We'll step your shit up. Now, to explain the good ending and the bad ending, everyone that's going to be listed in the chapters all have the good ending. Nothing wrong. Because the good ending assures that not only you have a good experience and you appreciate it, but you become a better skilled player, both skilled and mentally. You're a better player after that. The bad ending, which has happened, and I will say the bad ending story right now. The bad ending is being invited to go to a major and then leaving the scene immediately without any trace of thought. So I'll explain the story. This happened in Vanilla Street Fighter 4. There was a player who introduced himself to the whatever GTA, Toronto scene, whatever you want to call it. This person was based out of Milton, Ontario. He goes by the name Suroka and he mains Balrog. Alright, cool. So you have a player from Milton, the first ever player, and it's west of Mississauga, and he wants in on the sessions, wants to go to the locals, hopefully you get some online matches. Alright, cool. So I remember him very vividly, no problem. He eliminated me at the home major. I'm like, whatever. So I invited to go to Seasons Beatings. I don't know. I don't know the exact name of the Seasons Beatings. I know it's the fourth Seasons Beatings, and this is where they had Daigo show up for Seasons Beatings. And I remembered like this was the Seasons Beatings where Daigo beat Justin 10-2 in a Ryu Rufus exhibition, but in tournament Justin used Fei Long and beat Daigo, and then Daigo won the whole tournament back. So I remembered Suroka's experience. Hey man, how'd you do? And he lost to a pad player, a PS3 pad player using Rose. Apparently he's from Detroit. So I did the research from back then. Oh, that's Wolfcrone. Okay, so he lost to Wolfcrone before he used Viper. He was a Rose main. All right, and it's cool on how Wolfcrone qualified out of that pool. So the next tournament after that was called Thanksgiving Playground. So they did a tournament in North Mississauga. Northern Mississauga is the industrial part of town. They did it in a warehouse. They had 6 stations, 0 lag on it, and it's played on Xbox 360. It was 22 people, 2 weeks advertised, 2 weeks of advertising, and what else? Thanksgiving, long weekend holiday. All right, very impressive showing, and I remembered that this was Rebello's second tournament win in the scene. So I remembered that Suroka showed up. He gave me a ride home, and then we just never saw him again after that. Like he basically unfriended people on Facebook. He was putting people on block on MSN Messenger, and I'm like, he just left this fucking scene. So the way I view this is why he gets the bad ending. You were invited to go to a major, and then instead of leveling up, you decide to leave this hobby. And like you screwed another person's opportunity to level up. So that's why I feel some type of way about this. It doesn't even have to be me. Whoever chose this guy, Suroka, on this trip, you hold some level of fault of yo, someone got screwed over of a trip and you would have benefited from that leveling up. It's just that I had to explain that bad ending because if that were ever if that were ever happened to me, I gave a ticket to a person and then he's not leveling up or not going to events. It's a bad look on me because I should have chosen someone else and this guy failed to expectations and now you got heat on your ass from the scene or some shit like that. All right, that's the end of that chapter. August 2011, GVN Summer Jam 5, RDK Dave Rowe Chaos 2D. So the RDK Marvel 3 Trish Magneto Wesker doesn't play AE, so it's like okay, doesn't play Street Fighter 4 AE. One of 3 Canadians given a $1 megabus ticket. So when I planned this trip out, I bought 4 megabus tickets round trip. It was $20 American. That's a ticket for me and 3 other people I get to choose. So one of 3 Canadians given a $1 megabus ticket. The origin of anime fighters in Mississauga, as he ran a group called G3 Evolution, Guilty Gear XX and Melty Blood being the main 2 games of the time prior to Street Fighter 4. The Kusoge King of Toronto, Fate Unlimited Code, Sengoku Basara Cross, Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. So I always viewed RDK as our version of GX. GX is a Kusoge god from Fukui, Japan. It's like 3 hours north of Osaka. So every time RDK touches a Kusoge game, it's basically done with. Fate Unlimited Codes, he uses Mori Motonari, and he has unblockable, almost an infinite assist mix-up unblockable type shit. Sengoku Basara Cross, he uses Sanada Yukimura, knows all the combos and the relaunches. Tatsunoko versus Capcom, Karasen Ryu, so basically one hit, Hadouken, and then just infinite you in the corner. Wins the first Melty Blood at Cadenza tournament in Toronto after only being in the scene 6 months. Popularized the Trish Unblockable with Magneto, Wesker, DHC, and Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and has never competed in the US before, not counting Rumble in the Tundra. So I view this as an important candidate. Why is because when I went to Winter Brawl, which was the first US major for Marvel vs. Capcom 3, everyone from GTA and Toronto decided to go to Waterloo for a monthly. So in that part, the northeast part of the continent, we're already dealing with a huge, severe blizzard. So there's no way, and also I didn't tell anyone I was going to Winter Ball. I kept it secret. So there's no way I was gonna show up to Bison's Auto Shop. That tournament, RDK won that tournament. I remembered he used Trish Wolverine Phoenix, if I'm not mistaken. So I remember he invited me to his house and we played casuals. Oh, how come I didn't show up to Waterloo? I went to Philadelphia. I went to a major. Like it was one of the best experiences ever because it's like it's the East Coast. People get rowdy. It's a party major. People get drunk and money matches and after hours. It's like this is where everything is at. It's like this is where America is where the exposure is at. You can win all the fucking locals you want. You can win the big Canadian major, but if you don't travel, you're not gonna get that recognition and respect. So he told me the next time you're gonna go to a trip, let me know. So I remembered 3 months later, I gave him a $1 ticket to Summer Jam round trip. It's like, hey man, how would you like to go to Summer Jam? Like this is what you asked for. You wanted to go to a U.S. major, and you'll go to a U.S. major. Like you're gonna face the competition. You know you're gonna eat some good food. You're gonna hopefully get some drinks on. You want to get some money matches against all these players that you see on the stream. And one of the also important factors of G3 Evolution is that RDK helped me out when the scene back then did not. Mississauga, it was known about Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and the scene was very cliquish and unwelcoming and rude and all this bullshit. And it's like there's talk. It was Mississauga in the pre SF4 days was borderline toxic, and so that's why it's like okay, fuck all this shit. I'll host my ST and whatever Vampire and Alphas at G3 Evolution because it's like they didn't RDK and his boys they didn't act all cliquish and exclusive. They were very welcoming. We just wanted to play some games and hopefully level up and work on from there. So I give RDK hella respect, just for helping me. As a Street Fighter player, he taught me anime basics and fundamentals. So hanging out with this crew, with his anime crew, it really meant a lot to me. So I felt like for all the years that RDK helped me, this was like almost like a payback type thing. So every person I'm gonna name in each chapter is gonna have its aftermath. What's your moment?
Did Eric lose to him?
So this is the team tournament. So we traveled 11 hours right before Hurricane Irene happened. We have me, RDK Davro, and Chaos 2D, and then you have like 7 to probably like 12 people of MCLSF. So they do the team tournament first before singles.
I mean, earlier when I got some losers.
I had a feeling that this will be something special.
Right now.
This will be something special.
Tries to get under. Watch out for the traps.
So this is RDK's
right
match.
into the trap. Almost had the catch.
This is the one highlight video I want to show on RDK.
And here we go. Really, he did it. Oh, he's pissed off. That's the pissed off X Factor.
And he burned a meter.
That's the pissed off X Factor. Best believe Magneto's going to get mixed up right now. Oh, watch it.
This could be a huge detriment for Smooth Viper.
Oh,
Snap back.
Nice snap back right there.
Oh,
Nope.
She's
Yep,
dead.
thrown.
Yeah, she's
She's dead.
Chicken
Doesn't
head
even
down.
matter. 40% scaling, I don't care. Just
Kick.
use a level 3.
Oh, here comes the gravity squeeze. Oh, I would have done
Doesn't
it, man.
even need to. Manages to save himself.
I can
2
tell that
meters.
RDK has
Even
been
off a throw
practicing
combo, she
like
has
crazy
no life.
for this tournament.
She's dead.
Wait a minute.
This is what he gets for being angry,
Show me
man.
you can.
Yeah.
Should've stayed
Show
cool.
me
Should've
that
stayed
you are
calm.
one
That
of
karma
Canada's
pie right
best
now.
players. Not Toronto, Canada's
Canada
best
is
players.
popping off very strong right now.
Like,
Oh my God!
you will
OTG
work for this.
Combo, Sentinel down.
I know
This is what we
RDK
call
comes
the
from,
THC trick.
anime
The
games and
damage
never got
reset
into Marvel
and the
2.
scaling reset.
So I felt like this game is more TBC than Marvel
And a
2.
catch.
This game is up your alley.
Yes, Here we go with a double team. Oh, not even.
Get
Oh, just
styled
style.
on.
We wanted to give him a level 3.
Get popped off
We wanted
on.
to give him a level 3. Let's go, he says. And he points over at us to let you guys know. He doesn't know that he was on camera. And he could have actually pointed at the camera directly in front of him. But he wants you guys to know, let's effing go.
Let's go.
Let's
That's what I heard
go.
from T Canada. Let's
go.
So it's all up to EMP Mu.
So-
Getsu.
We'll just skip ahead. It's just the ending moment from this point. We don't need to watch Mugetsu beat, everyone else. So it's the ending moment.
There's Goki.
There was no need for all that.
So it's
Should've
more
got
Jimmy
offensive with
Bones
it.
in on
Tried to
this.
fill the stream of projectiles, but of course, recovery time.
The ending
and a fast
is like
Magneto
everything
equals
you
a dead
dreamed of.
Dante.
The Canadian
Hold on,
invasion
it ain't over.
that
Oh,
you've
there it
envisioned.
goes.
Gets the
Like,
juggle
I
in the
knew
corner.
something special would come out of this.
I think he should have finished his plate on that one.
I'm very
Okay.
surprised at that one, but I
Right.
guess he got a little bit extra meter for it. It worked out for him anyway.
Oh man, making it rain. Right now, I'm gonna get you need to watch out how he's throwing stuff out there. Okay, nice, smart punish.
2 characters.
Wait a minute, we got 28 seconds on the clock right now.
Plenty of time for Akuma right now.
He is summoning it. Summon the power.
He should be push blocking that. It takes less chip damage.
He's so focused on trying to get in there right now.
It's true.
Oh,
Oh, there's a chance.
oh my God, he's on hot pursuit right now.
He can still do it with these fireballs.
He should go in flight mode right now.
Oh, and a trade.
Will he run away?
10 seconds left for Mugetsu.
This is a bad matchup for Hager right now. Anybody can get piped though. 8 seconds. Oh, he should have went for it. He should have swung.
Teleport with the Akuma. Cross up, and that's it. Canada. Double jeopardy on Smooth Viper.
Now look at that
Mugetsu
smile. Look-
and Ray Ray.
Look at-
Canada.
Look at the sarcastic smiles on these players' faces right now.
He's like,
He's like, yeah.
This was an-
man.
this-
That was them salty
This
smiles.
was
I'm
the
outta here.
That
pure
was a
Canada
good match
moment.
though by both teams.
I
Who
felt
gets to hold
very
it down,
emotional.
but
definitely well played.
couldn't hold it down, but it's all good though.
I gotta say,
All right. So I'm going to continue on. So every player has its aftermath, and everyone here gets the good ending. No problem. So in RDK's aftermath here, hear this out. He gets top 8 the next day. He has to qualify later on to that night. He gets top 8 and has to play the next day. Loses to Marlon Point. All right. Goes in back home. Goes to all the Toronto locals. Basically wins a couple first place finishes. So he got the Summer Jam level up. And then he gets 4th at the home major at T12. And then qualifies out of pools at season's beatings, and then gets sponsored by within time or a little bit past that, before that, he is sponsored by ANC Games. So that's where he plays. He's sponsored by ANC Games, and then Ultimate comes out, one match away from top 8 at NEC, and then 2012 he basically runs the whole uh, go to 8 majors if you can in a single calendar year. He went to like 10. So like that was I was proud. I was very proud. Like, just need to shorten out RDK the chapter. I was proud. Like, can't say anything wrong. I knew the stepping stone, the starting stepping stone would lead a man's journey to greatness. So I'm happy about that. Still in this chapter, we have Dave Rowe. So Guy in AE, along with X-23 Wolverine Akuma in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. So one of 3 Canadians given a $1 Megabus ticket. Resident SF4 Honda managed to go from scrub to top player within a 10-month time frame. First tournament was won in a circuit, defeating JS Master in the finals in January 2010. It's called the ESC Champ, ES Champ. It was Vanilla Street Fighter 4 to transition to Super Street Fighter 4 in 2010. Starts the founding home spots in Starnet, West End venue, Bloor and Ossington of Thursday weekly casuals for 7 months. From October 2009 to May 2010, as Toronto had no non-house casuals to play, and Love Getty Station was too far to attend Highway 7 and Leslie. So Starnet would be the nucleus of all these home spots that would come in, because at the time, Toronto had nothing in terms of space on where to run weekly casuals or even tournaments. The only space that you had was Hamilton. Not many people, especially those in Toronto, have a car and have no real reason to leave Toronto. So it's like, well, we might as well. We have an internet cafe, a small room of an internet cafe all to us, and we can just play casuals all night. It's only $6. Cheap food, cheap snacks, smoke weed nearby at the park, McDonald's and pizza nearby. Why not? So yeah, and we had with no casuals. Now we play. Yeah, we play on Thursdays first. So back then, all the weeklies, we went within a 2-year time frame. We went from no casuals to Thursdays to Fridays to Wednesdays. Has competed in the U.S. before in seasons beatings 4 and Evo 2010, but this is the first appearance in the East Coast. Okay. Psychochronic's offline training partner for Tatsunoko versus Capcom, and as he uses Kashan and Ryu, and top 8 at T11 in the home major in July 2010. So I felt like, and also not even mentioned, he would do the Metro Pass trick for me. So even though he doesn't have to take a subway to go home because he's of walking distance to start at, he'd get his Metro Pass, swipe it in, and then just 2 people would just squish through the turnstile. That's a free fare. He'd do this for me all the time. That meant a lot. This guy was one of the rising players as he went to these 2 majors and didn't go through the bad ending by leaving. That I can respect a lot. He started the nucleus of spots and introduced all this new crop of talent in the Street Fighter 4 first year. That's pretty fucking good too. That's why I gave Dave Rowe a ticket. Pick up where the OGs left off. Think of dynamic ideas to assure that there's going to be constant activity and hopefully new people can be attracted to the scene. Also, okay, Aftermath. Okay, so Aftermath. They did a tournament, which was the final Love Getty tournament, a 3 versus 3 single elimination, and it was won by Teddy, Dave Rowe, and Chaos 2D. So the Summer Jam level up. And then I don't know how much more AE he played. Ultimate Marvel, he was using Hawkeye, Wolverine, Akuma. Then I think that's it. Like, okay, no problem. At least he did something within 6 months. So that's respectable. So good ending. Now Chaos 2D, Yang in AE and Magneto, Doctor Doom, Amaterasu in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. One of 3 Canadians given a $1 Megabus ticket, formerly Shuffle in G3 Evolution, played Guilty Gear XXX and Core and Melty Blood Accidenza prior to Street Fighter 4. One of very few players to defeat JS Master in the Balrog mirror match. The story is that Chaos 2D took the fucking Psychochronic bus commute route from Square One all the way to Islington, then Islington all the way to Bloor Young, then Bloor Young all the way to Finch, and then the Finch 53 all the way to Pacific Mall to play Vanilla Street Fighter 4, and then he played JS Master in the mirror match, and JS Master lost so fucking bad so many times. So stay fucking free. Who is this guy who doesn't even talk? He looks like he has no tongue. He's a tongueless man. Breakout tournament in Sogo Bar Fights 1, placing third in a 92-man tournament. So that was JS Gurjay and Chaos 2D who got top 3 in that tournament, where I made the read the whole Ceroid post. Other majors results ensued: one match away, so top 10, one match away from top 8 in the home major, and top 8 in MTLSF Nemesis 2. So that was the $1,800 tournament where they had Dominion and Arturo, and it was streamed by Spooky, and they capped at 128. It was pretty fucking baller, and he got top 8 in that one. And he has never competed in the US before, and he's an execution god. So, what is Chaos 2D's aftermath here? Chaos 2D's aftermath is that, just like Dave Rowe, they went to the final Love Getty tournament. It was a team tournament, 3 versus 3 single elimination, and it was won by Teddy, Dave Rowe, and Chaos 2D. After that, they did what did the scene do next? A&C Games. This is an A&C game. When was this? If there's an exact thing. All right, yeah. A&C Games. So this had to be, I think, before T12, yeah. So Chaos 2D mains Yang, and the only people who used Yang at the time were Nemo, Flo, Aqua, Rom, and Chai Rivi, and Mago. So here you have an execution god here. When Chaos 2D was playing casuals at Summer Jam, they did, pre-tournament casuals before the team tournament. He was basically almost undefeated for like 45 minutes. Ain't no one gonna beat Chaos 2D 2-1 in a fucking casual set. That's just not gonna happen. He was showing all this shit that Ski Sonic went on the stream and said, I think he does work with Arrow 1 and Desk because of his execution. So this mistakes Chaos 2D as I said Arrow 1 and Desk. That means Chaos 2D is a British man with execution in the fighting games. Okay, that's how you say it, but I mean that's how you see it, but we see it as, hey, he's one of my boys. He came from my area and just happens to be very dynamic in this fucking game with this character. That was funny to hear. Chaos 2D has combo videos. Chaos 2D is from England. I want to show the whole set. I don't give a fuck. Alright. Oh, boop. Boop. So this is Chaos 2D's first tournament win as a single in a singles tournament, not a team tournament. All right, so Blitzman won that one. All right. Yo, yo, yo. If there's footage of a player within their aftermath or at least performance, show it. So that's what every chapter is going to be. Showcase their aftermath. I haven't done an episode of Rarity Talk in a while, so hopefully this will be about 2.5 hours, give or take. Mix-ups. Dive kick, dive kick, dive kick. 5. He did 5 dive kicks. Oh my. Alright. Yeah, Mantis slash. Rekka. Yeah, Rekka. Jab, jab, jab. Forward, Rekka. Focus attack. Launch, which is a medium kick. Regular throw. Short, 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 short. Rekka. That was a combo. Good shit. Oh, EX command grab. Misses the punch. Level 2 focus. Launch into now in the corner. Focus. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Uh-oh. Oh, see? Push. Meaty. The meaty push. Focus attack. The scaling. EX teleport out of the super. Out of the ultra. He's going to use Yun to counter out. Relief pitcher. What up? What up? All right, so we got a twin battle. Agent. Focus. What up? Mashing that crouching light kick. EX command grab, jab, jab, crouch forward, Rekka. That's an overhead. Forward medium kick is an overhead. GG's. Yeah.
Hello? Everyone listen to my sexy voice. Okay, now that I have your attention, I would like, as the plan, as a spokesperson for YRSF, I would like to announce that Chaos 2D will now be sponsored by YRSF.
So that's the day he got his sponsorship. He's part of the team.
Two first places in a row.
Yeah, two first. Yeah, so he won a team tournament and a singles tournament after that Summer Jam level up. Hey, I help people get good. So that was so after that tournament was our home major in T12. He did not get top 8 in AE. He got top 8 in Vanilla Marvel using Magneto, Doctor Doom, Amaterasu. So the whole concept of being good in one game can pay dividends in another. So and then after that, didn't really play much, but my thing is, what can you do with the 6 months after you went to your first major? What are you gonna get the bad ending and leave immediately, or show me something that within 6 months that you leveled up and you solidified as a top ass motherfucking player in the scene? There you go, good shit, good ending. Next chapter. Montreal Annual Tournament 9. Sacco Jericho. Sacco Jericho, El Fuerte, and Nova Hulk Wesker for Marvel 3. Resident SF4 El Fuerte, one of the wave of new players during the Street Fighter 4 boom with multiple top 8s and locals. Psychochronic's offline training partner for Street Fighter 4 and MVC 3. So the deal with Sacco Jericho is that he was my training partner. He always invited me to his casuals when hardly anyone else did. Hardly anyone else did. Not saying the whole scene did, but he invited me. So I had a ticket to Montreal Annual Tournament 9, which is also one of the 2 Canadian Road to Evo tournaments. It is 3 weeks after our home major in Toryukin. And at this point, I bought the ticket. It was like $20. I sold it to Sacco Jericho for like 15, so I had like a $5 loss in it. So I'm like, whatever. So I wanted to help out Sacco Jericho, and I told MTLSF in advance at Toryukin, if I do not show up, Sacco Jericho has my ticket. That means he's there, I'm not. Cool, no problem. I couldn't find the match video for this, so this will be a short chapter. So what happened with Sacco Jericho in this tournament is that he got top 8 at SSF4 AE 2012. So if you get top 8, you are Evo seeded. So one of the matches I remember, I couldn't find it now, but back then he had to face Snafu in a nail biter of a top 8, and one of the pieces I remember is that Snafu, who does Yoga Shangri-La, Dulcim Ultra 2, he did it as an instant overhead to like fake out something. So I'm like, all right. So Sacco Jericho is now, he is Evo seeded. He actually goes to Evo that year. All right, he goes to Evo 2012. He makes it out of his first wave of pools, and in the second wave of pools, he plays Kiyo Matsu, the guy player from Japan. All right, and then Sacco Jericho loses him, and I forget who gets eliminated to, but at least he leveled up because I sold a ticket at a loss. So I'm like, you know what? My loss is his gain. I want to help out a training partner, give him a good experience, at least lead him to a rival major that where you can get Evo seeded, and it all happened. So I'm proud of that. After what happens after that, Sacco Jericho's still in the scene. He still goes to the tournaments and still plays the games. So Sacco Jericho, good ending. So there you go. I just sold a ticket at a loss just to help my boy. Winter Brawl 7 RDK. So the same thing as last chapter. You sold your ticket at a loss to help your boy, but here. Trish, Doctor Doom, Wesker, the godfather of Canadian Marvel vs. Capcom 3, quite possibly the only person aside myself to travel to 8 majors within a calendar year. So what did RDK go through within the 2012 tournament season? Winter Brawl 6, Curly Mustache 3, East Coast Throwdown 2012, Toryukin, Montreal Annual Tournament 9, Evo, T13, Canada Cup, Northeast Championships 13. He went to all that within a year, and he showed he is one of the top players Canada's finest has to offer in the Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Godfather status. The only person interested in this trip, possibly the only option at the scene, sold at a loss of $15. I sacrificed this event in favor of Final Round 16, so I bought the ticket in American prices, so $40 American. Just give me 40 Canadian, and I'll email you the ticket. Done. And that's what happened. So the aftermath is that I actually got pretty worried that, did RDK make it? Because people are saying, he's here, but he didn't show up. He's here, he didn't show up. And then eventually he did show up. So I don't know how we did in Winter Brawl 7. I know making that out of pools, I know he didn't do that. However, at the home major, and I will play this, at the home major, he has to face B-Ball. Whoever wins this gets into top 8. So the Winter Brawl level up. The tour. This is Toronto versus Edmonton. This is East Coast versus West Coast. Oh, and this is at the time, Winter Brawl was an Evo qualifier for the U.S. Toryukin, they only had 5 U.S. spots who rode to Evo. Toryukin was one of 16 international spots, so Evo seeds were on the line. Oh, we're playing this whole 10-minute set.
Good throw. Oh, he doesn't got this. So B's gonna try to find a way to get Dante out.
You can't touch Dante.
Yeah.
Not this Dante.
Would you say he's the most inspiring Dante, Mr. Triton?
I would say so. Oh, maybe Rick here.
Yeah.
Maybe Rick here. Because he has nice combos, but...
Good stuff.
The originator of the Trish Unblockable.
Yeah, the original
Not originator, but the perfect, the master.
For a long time, RDK was messing around with all these other teams, with and stuff, and then he just wasn't doing well anymore. He should have just stuck to this.
And don't forget, oh my god, it's Andre's team.
Yeah, like
Who is supposed to be here, by the way, I heard.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He would have just got bodied by Rarity again anyway.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Oh, smart. Oh, yeah, you know what? I actually don't agree with that. He doesn't. No, that's not good. RDK, you should factor this. Oh my god, you could have killed him. Oh.
There's a lot of jitters.
Okay, good stuff. Yes.
Please, okay.
Yeah, that should be it. Wesker? Nice. Smart.
Alright, maximum voltage in the ground, not the air. Using the Wesker OTG. Samurai Edge, lower shot, snap back. Wants Wesker.
To be honest, RDK should win this, but B's just
He has meter.
When he has his last character.
Yeah.
No X Factor, no meter.
He just does not give up, and his patience is just like, it doesn't run out. Oh my god. That's the thing we Torontonians lack, man. We don't have the same amount of...
What?
We fall apart at the end.
We fall apart. Ooh.
That's a nice way to say it.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Command grab into the peekaboo trap.
A and C. Oh, so all 4 A and C guys made it out of pools.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And all the Richmond Hill players made it out too, the same.
Oh.
Okay, good stuff. So play the lane game. Don't go in on Spencer. Oh, didn't get confirmed. So, yeah, as Trish, you always have to be mindful of Spencer's horizontal and vertical diagonal grapples. Because really, when you're full screen away, that's the only way he can get on you.
Level 5 Frank, come on.
Yeah, this is level 5 Frank.
5 Frank?
He's gonna Spencer grapple for another level, I think. Yeah, and then super. Yeah. And I'll DHC and Spencer for the kill.
All the Franks in the world, they're so happy right now.
Yeah.
Bionic arm.
Frank back in. No,
And
okay,
now
stop.
he's
Oh,
level
sorry.
4.
Impossible mix up.
Oh no, he didn't go for it. Oh. Alright, so to anybody playing against Frank West, he only has one low. So you should always be holding up back and just scout for the low. His low is a slide, so it's slow as hell. Just hold up back.
What if he does the low first?
You can react to it though. It's a slide. A slide is slow.
Alright.
So Mr. Shred, if you're playing B, and I think
Right.
you guys on the same side of the bracket.
Yeah, I'm playing
So
B next.
hold up back.
Pick
and then
up.
just scout for the,
Zip,
oh, but
zip,
also he's
boop.
got like a throwing. B goes for
Alright.
low.
Yeah.
You have 0 though. You'll be fine. Play 0 against him.
Zero sucks. He's
Oh my god.
alright. Oh, the original anchor in level 3 West.
No, level 3 Anchor's not winning this. It's over. I'm calling it now. You just can't push any buttons. The B,
Yeah.
you swing B, and then that's it. Oh, doesn't matter. Still doesn't matter.
No faith?
Nope.
No faith.
No faith? Come on.
No, in that situation, like, all he has to do is jump back, call jam session, and swing his chainsaw. You can't do anything.
But he has jumping S. He beats everything.
What? Who would do it? Wesker?
Wesker, jumping S. Come
Doesn't
on.
beat a chainsaw. Alright. So the problem against Spencer is you can't go for the unblockable setup. If you do, you have to be scout out Bionic Arm, because you can reversal Bionic Arm. Oh, smart
Good
stuff.
snap.
Good stuff, RDK.
Yep. Yeah, reversal
this.
bionic. Yeah, you need 2 meters to do it.
The original.
The original unblockable?
Yeah, the original.
Yeah,
And this
there
is
we
going to
go.
work on him. He's going to have to... Yeah, he's going to have to sacrifice a character.
Let's
Yep.
set up that terrorize
Sacrifice
so
a
many-
character.
Oh,
Yep.
Good.
What?
Yep.
What?
Good alpha counter. That was
Yep.
perfect.
Counter.
That was so
All
good.
the way to...
Right at the end, right? When the
B-
harvest is ending?
B is so good.
Oh my god.
Perfect time.
I can't believe that. That was godlike.
Yep.
B balling.
There's a strategy to that. You need 2 meters. Alpha counter. Hopefully the counter works, and then super
Level 3
immediately.
I wonder if you got this. So level Trish is an underrated
It's just that the
anchor, but it's really hard
Frank's
for
counter
another
shopping
character.
cart
This doesn't have the damage
is
button.
a super
Oh,
attack.
unless
Then that's an
like that.
assist.
No,
which
no,
is
that's more.
ridiculous.
Could've done more with that. That should be a dead Frank. You just, but I mean, turning nerves.
Chip and
Nice.
Yep.
Okay, this is an even match now. Trish has a level 3. She will. Oh.
Very good.
But she
Can't kill?
can't. I don't
Maybe?
think she can get the level. Oh, can she?
Level 3. Lock and load.
This is no
Not
kill, though.
dead.
This is no kill. This level 3 does no damage.
Hopscotch.
Trish is just too low tier, man.
Come on. You know, B's
Low
the best.
Just stay
voltage.
away, throw
Hopscotch.
Oh,
Good shit.
He's made so many 0 pixel comebacks off a random super, or like a calculated super, let's say. Oh man.
Yeah, the thing is, B had the lead there, but then he got too antsy. He was calling jam session when he needed to. Got happy birthday. But now he's going in. He's mad.
Alright.
Oh, what's happening?
It's 2-1.
B's not really playing like himself right now. Okay, dead Trish. Bionic arm. Yeah. Frank back in for the scummy corner mix-up.
Oh, don't talk about it. I don't like it. All that shit. Even if he survives.
Random cross-up? No. Oh, that bottle does so
Spencer
much
grab a
damage.
bottle.
Oh. Oh.
Dante, get out of the way.
No. That could have been it. Throw? Nice. Oh, that was so
Good
smart.
super.
Nice.
He scouted out the grab.
That was a good
Yeah.
push block. Good.
Crouch into
That
a
was gonna
command
push block.
throw
He
and
just
then
can't- he
spawn
super
back.
the command.
Super into
But
DHC.
it's one frame that would have.
$1 million. Not dead. X Factor.
He pushed block to dodge the command grab.
Oh, no. He supered on reaction.
Alright, I don't know.
We're gonna
whatever,
rewatch this
whatever.
later. Oh my god.
Roll from a fucking
Balling.
jam
That's the thing,
session.
I wonder if you take the first hit, if it'll just combo then. I don't even know. I'll have to test it out.
It probably does. Chainsaw combos.
Yeah, I'll have to test it out.
Plus he has jam session, right?
Okay, can you make... Oh, wow, that was so cheap. But RDK's playing really well today. I haven't seen him play this well in a long time. It's really good to see.
Because he dropped the other teams. He went
Yeah.
back to his original
Well,
baby.
and also he's practicing Marvel again. For a
Oh,
long
yeah.
time he went to freaking All-Stars, and he stopped practicing. He was getting like 9th in tournament.
Yeah, RDK did play a little bit of PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale.
Nice. Yeah, the reason people get hit by that, the hop's peekaboo's right there, so you're afraid to push any buttons.
I'm not.
Yeah,
I Hellbreaker.
that's true. Virgil doesn't have to care about such things. Super. Alright, so now if RDK lames is out, this is pretty much in his favor.
Level 1 frame.
Oh, that was the cross-up attempt. Oh.
Dive
Oh my
kick
God.
to interrupt the scramble. Hopscotch to interrupt the scramble. Yeah.
Even though it looks
Oh.
like B's down, if it's B, I'm still scared.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm scared too. He just needs to level up Frank, and then you're scared. But RDK's playing this well right now. He just needs to not get hit by a random bot. And the thing with... Oh, yes. He just has to watch out for random... No, don't unblockable. Just kill him. Super or... Okay, and just scout out the team super. Yeah.
Yep, unblockable. No way out.
Ray, you got this.
He was still in the duration of the round harvest.
Okay, unblockable
So
setup.
you're
Block
hit.
it out. Unblockable setup.
Unblockable.
It's over. It's over. It's over. You can't do anything. It's over. It's over.
Random X Factor, who knows what.
Oh, not over. Snap back in the middle. All right. That was his saving grace.
Get out of there, Wester.
No, don't call this. Please don't call this. Just back up and...
You call assist. He does shopping cart.
Teleport.
Oh my god.
Suplex,
It's okay.
camera, shopping cart.
I don't know, man. B can still do this, but RDK has
No.
to... Oh my god. He's gonna level up now.
That's only level 2, maybe 3.
Level 2.
Level 2.
And he's gonna go for another... I'm gonna bet you B's gonna go for a throw. I'm gonna bet you he's gonna go for a throw. Oh, zombie.
Oh, good.
Nope.
Oh, no confirm.
Yes!
Yeah.
Ray.
Yes.
There you go. Ray.
GG's.
B.
All right. So that was the aftermath. As RDK really wasn't playing much. This was actually what his, I would say, final time frame in this scene. Because the next time I would see him would be like, well, see him in person would be like CEO in terms of him competing. But like, yeah, he went back to a Big E major, leveled up, and then went to motherfucking the home major and defended the house against, the rival in B-ball who took a lot of our money the previous year. So this is basically like a revenge type thing. Evo seeds are on the line too, so that's pretty good. And that's the end of that chapter. Summer Jam 9. Shane Walker, Etal Unessential. Shane Walker, Dawson, USF4. The most electrifying man in Toronto Street Fighter. Resident Toronto Dawson. 6 years in the scene. 0 major appearances in the US. Buffalo doesn't count, but won nearly $1,000 at a previous Buffalo tournament for Ultra Street Fighter 4. Must be aware that Summer Jam is going to be played on PS4 due to being part of the Capcom Pro Tour 2015 as he mains Xbox 360 pad. Practice on PS4 controller or buy a Brooks converter. Makes the decision to leave Monday night instead of Sunday night, requiring a ticket rebooking of $120. This ticket code allows 2 people. I request $60, and so $30 each from Shane and the next person listed for this partial sponsorship. Either pay me $30 or book your own ticket for $220. So at the time when I booked this ticket, I was in the Middle East, in Abu Dhabi. So I cannot use a Canadian debit card to make any type of international, in-person purchases. So it doesn't work. So I can still use the money electronically, and I used my card to pay off 2 tickets, which costed eventually $120. So I just want, a fraction of this. So yeah, 60. Yeah, I just wanted a fraction of the ticket just to make things easier. And it's like, you know what? I chose Shane Walker because he was one of the top players of Toronto, but he never experienced. I don't think he's been to Montreal, but why not experience America? This is your chance. So Shane Walker's aftermath is that even in the last part of USF4, we're not even gonna talk about. Well, we can talk about Street Fighter 5. Is that basically as he's the resident Dawson, he leveled up, won a few tournaments, or at least placed top 3 in locals. And then within Street Fighter 5, well, I'll just say season 1, it's like, okay, he is our resident Dawson, and basically you gotta go through this guy every week, every Wednesday, in hopes that you can get top 3. So, yeah. Top player Dawson right here. Italden Oni. The best Oni in Canada, 6 years in the scene, 0 appearances in the US, passport to be processed 6 to 8 weeks before the event. So my thing is, when I do business, I wanted to choose Italdan because he did everything a top player locally in Toronto could do. He places at his locals and he's won his locals. He placed at top 8 at least once in the home major. He placed top 8 at least once in the rival major in Montreal. Now what's the next logical step? America. Well, guess what? He doesn't have a passport. So I trusted him in this part. I trusted him. Okay, fine. I'll reserve you this ticket, but it's just show me your passport a couple weeks later. I need to physically see it just to assure, because I don't want to screw another person's opportunity. I should have chosen said other person, and if you had a passport issue. So notable non-Toronto placing is top 5 at the rival major in Montreal Annual Tournament X, along with top 4 at MTLSF X Lynette's 2014. Recent Toronto placing is top 5 at the home major at Toryugan 4, featuring Infiltration, K. Brad, and Justin Wong. All right, and we got a couple of clips going on. So so with Etel Dan matches, this match here is gonna be of how he made it out of pools. So this is his first U.S. major. Has to take the bus with all of us. Party of 15. I would say out of all of us, all the Canadians, he is the top player for Ultra Street Fighter 4 out of all 25 Canadians that are in this event, spread it throughout all the different games.
A little different. I get to see 2 players that we don't see these. Yes.
All right. The best Oni in Canada. So this is losers finals of pools.
Someone says the names are switched. Are you sure, sir?
Yes, it is.
The hell is playing at this tournament?
There you go. Now we can start.
So Ital Dan, if he's repping ANC Gaming, I'm going to assume that means that he is from Canada, East Coast Canada area. Scoop. Sure you. Stomp him out. All right, so far we've seen the basic tech from both players.
It's just the first match. It's okay.
Don't eat those.
I mean, it's just the first round. You got this. You're starting to figure him out.
Get me a tequila. I could use something. I want to loosen up a little bit because these are some nice matches, but I don't feel loose.
I don't know who sent Eteldan to losers, because Eteldan was a last-minute entry, like in terms of like he did not pre-register, so he had to do it on site. So there's that fear of having to face a top player immediately first round, like Smug or Snake Eyes or Problem X or Phenom, etc., etc.
He's doing everything that he needs to do. He's putting his maul on. Got the combo.
You win this, you win top 32. You play the next day.
Ital Dan takes the first one. Fierce. I guess Oni doesn't have a punish on Fierce from that range, huh? Some characters do have options they can use. Jump Fierce gets nothing. Tandem. Oh, get off. That was nutty from both sides. Nope. That is -5, sir. And he was ready with the standing jab punish. EXDP to get away. Tandem did not work. Cross up Tatsu. The pace of this match is really fast. I'm liking this. Backdash. Lots of pressure from both sides. Missed on the lightning legs. He really needed that. That was a good body splash, though. Double jab to interrupt the focus. Chip out. Oh, he read that the chip out was coming. Dude, it's so close right now. Smokey. Backdash. SPD. Anything can happen. Nice.
EX
Just a
Shoryuken.
good read by Ital Dan. Good patience. And thanks a lot to Set the B for resubscribing. All right, so Ital Dan takes game number 1. That was well played by him. Well played by both sides, to be honest. But Ital Dan really had the clutch there. Game 2. Yeah, wow, huh? Wow, the Oni player. That guy was good. I thought he was a good player.
WoW was the best
We don't
Oni
see
in
too much of him
Japan.
anymore. Too bad.
Alright. Ital Dan got this. So this is Ital Dan's first time playing on a major American stream. So Team
Both players
Spooky.
checking each other with pokes. Nice SPD.
So he has to
Sorry,
understand the
time for that.
pressure of,
Not much damage on that one.
500 to 1,000 people in the ballroom, 10,000 people live around on Twitch.
The non-safe jump
This is
setup.
different. You're
Towards
out
that
of your
needs a little
comfort zone.
more, and that's gonna
That's
do
the
it.
thing about traveling abroad and competing in international tournaments. You have to be out of your comfort zone. This is your first appearance.
Fierce. Be careful with those lightning legs, man. That thing's very unsafe. Okay. Charging those fireballs. Jump in. Oh no. That's bad. He might be dead. Double back strong.
Oh
Huge
my
damage.
god.
Setup. Nope. Got away from that. So we're still alive. Smokey, lightning legs. This is his chance. He has W combo. He's got 2 meters. Not gonna happen.
Whiffs
KO.
the Shoryuken.
Alright.
Makes it out of pools.
Good stuff to Ital Dan. He played real solid in that set. Nothing more to be said.
Alright. Alright, so the next barrage of links, these are all money matches. So at this point, Ital Dan is made out of pools. You are not playing any other games. This time, I know you've been hungry all day because you've been just eating snacks. So this is get a full meal in your system, get a bit of rest, and then when the tournament's over, after hours of money matches. You got to do money matches. All the people that you've heard on stream, play them for money. Just do some money matches. So I'm gonna display every money match that Ital Dan did, but I want to just show just the final match, regardless of the result. So Ital Dan versus Julio from NorCal. I don't know what the amounts are. I'm guessing at least $20 in 3 out of 5. So we got Julio out of NorCal. As I don't know what the order was. People, everyone room hopping after hours. So I led Ital Dan to where you can play these money matches, and it will be live streamed. So this was a bonus. An after hours stream featuring top players playing money matches. Yo, man, that's a fucking bonus. So I led Ital Dan to the air juggle suite. Now, take my advice. You one of Canada's top players. We want to see what you made of outside of your own home scene. This is Oni. Ooh, with the command grab. Short, but no combo. Let's go. Oh, red focus and then KO. Alright. That was it. Alright, no problem. Next money match. This is Dominion.
And he's coming straight at people too, like first to 5 for 20, like no fear.
Yeah, he came up to me like, yo, Snake, first 520?
And I'm sure you don't get many money match.
I get no money matches these days.
I mean, you don't need it anymore. You're good. You're straight.
Like when people when people like think about
Money matches after hours back then was a standard. It was common. Now you usually don't see that anymore.
money matching, yeah.
People don't want to go through the humiliation of, yo, I lost money in a set, so I gotta hand my money over. Nah, that's completely normal back then.
Because he said he'll beat you, and I will bet him money.
All right, so this is Dominion out of New York.
Shit, he said if he played you,
Guile, the best Guile
and
in
I
America.
usually instigate, but he really said that.
Nah, he wouldn't body me.
And I know he wouldn't, but I'm saying like, you don't get many people like
It's a
calling
hard
you out
match.
like that. No, I know, but I mean like, you don't get many people calling you out like that. So
Yeah.
I think we need to see you get on the sticks.
Yeah.
Is he still in here?
Yeah, he's right there.
Hey, are you down to play him?
I don't think I'm gonna play it right now.
Damn, after all that, I was about to make it happen. I was about to make it happen.
Sorry, just a little bit of a
Oh, we got frame trap.
checking
Pseudo frame
what's
trap.
going on in this room. All right, then the next match is Problem X out of England. So we're gonna display only the final match. Now, all these sets are fucking long as fuck.
Back on the mic. I have no idea what the score is. I lost track of the score like at least 4 matches ago. Ooh. What? Yo, I'm still on that.
Problem X. I know he has a Seth. I know he has a Viper and a Seth. So the best England has to offer in this game in the final year of Street Fighter 4.
You think because Oni is like extremely godlike in this game. Kuma's still the higher tier character than he is. Oh shit, we trying out a new style.
All right, final game, final round. Just let me attempt to fix something.
So tricky. Now you're in the mix up. That was nasty. Oh, yo, we got both. Whiff, cancel. It's a Raging Demon. New to me.
All right, there you go, perfect. It's that little issue. Got the demon catching the backdash, so he does a super. And then you get EX Shoryuken chipped out. Good shit.
Interesting.
All right, so the aftermath. Is there an aftermath here? All right, so okay, so the aftermath with Etal Dan here is that he did not. I'm sorry. He I think he beat someone named Remy Blue and then lost to Knuckle Doo, so he was top 25. So he made it in the top 32, but finished at 25. And then when he went back, home scene of Toronto, a little bit of a couple top placing finishes at the locals, and then managed to enter Canada Cup, which is the home major, and that's the end of SF5. And then Etal Dan played a little bit of SF6. He had, I know he had a Cammy, and he maybe had a Ken or a Chun. I forget. It's been a long time, but good ending. You got a good experience, and then Etal Dan traveled more actually, because I know the next year, which was SF5, he went to Evo, so that's good shit. Good ending. And then we have Unessential. ST Chun-Li, another ST Chun-Li, more annoying and lame. 6 years in the scene, 0 appearances in the US. One retro game fight night in April for Super Turbo. No ticket given as he purchased a cheap $30 ticket immediately with those winnings. So I promised him a floor in a Big E staff room in return. So I wanted to help someone for Super Turbo, so you might as well choose the most obnoxious, lame troll in the scene at the time, so unessential. First ST player to be helped out, as most ST players in Toronto can't travel due to full-time work in Dogberry or family on. So one of these two players listed, I was going to help them in the past, but IRL gave them that unblockable news on Wake Up and they couldn't travel as often as they could or as if they wanted to. So Dogberry and Oz were initial candidates, and I didn't want to see a potential hotel room space go to waste, so I decided to help out on Essential. And that's it. So the aftermath with this, in terms of this year, in terms of the year 2015, is that Unessential managed to get top 5 in ST, and I said that top 8 is good, but not good enough. You must get top 5 because there's an expectancy of you of, well, if I can place good at majors, but there are people that are better than me, then in theory, you should be placing above me in majors. All right, and then after that would be the home major in Canada Cup. 44 people entered, and he made it into top 8 as the other Chun-Li player. I used Chun-Li and Claw in that major, but at least he made it to top 8 in the home major. So good ending. And he still kept on running the ST. And then, going into SF6, helping out and shit. So, all right, that's Unessential, and that is the Summer Jam chapter. October 2017, Canada Cup 2017, Mega Man X. Mega Man X, ST Zangief. Managed to find the $1 Mega Bus ticket. Let's spice things up by adding in a New York City player for the ST bracket. New York City player from the latter part of the era. So even though that we're in the middle of Street Fighter V, I've never seen Mega Man X in the scene in the Street Fighter 4 days. So I would put him as the new generation blood of ST going on in the SF5 era. This man has the biggest afro in the FGC. So I just wanted to, but all jokes aside, I wanted to help him. I have a $1 ticket. How are you interested in getting to a major? Gave him all the details. Here's the bus ticket. Here's where you gotta go, and I hope you find roommates and register. Get that early registration fee because you're only gonna register for ST. That's like $50 Canadian, which is cheap for a fucking major these days. Super early bird fee, yeah. So I want to showcase 2 of Mega Man X's matches from that year's Canada Cup. $44.05. Alright, so yeah. Yeah, there you go.
I'm sorry, Jerron. Nah, but overall, this guy's a very good player.
The reasons why I can't ever consider him top tier.
Well, Balrog is just about
Nope.
every route you poke.
Nope, he ain't playing here. Alright, this one. Yep.
Off to the side in a
there you go. At least one match in teams and then one match in teams.
Check them out at vertigear.com. Yeah. They're going to be going up against Mega Man X, Crossed, and Hyro. We saw Hyro earlier with good lows. Oh, wow. They put Zangief up against Cammy. This is not good. Now, this is not as bad as T-Hawk versus Cammy. That is a 9-1 in favor of Cammy. That fight sucks. This fight is very winnable by Zangief, but it really comes down to
so here you got West Coast versus East Coast. Southern California versus New York.
Oh, so far, good job from Zangief. Okay, a wake-up uppercut. Yeah, no reason not to try. Yep, and she can apply drill pressure very hard for Zangief to stop it, but Silent Scope's got to stop jumping, just crouching medium kick, and just, oh, you are just putting yourself at risk, Silent Scope. Oh, there, just low forward, oh, there we go.
Super.
Man, Silent Scope is giving me a heart attack here right now. But honestly, Cammy, low forward
So
is very
$1
good for this
ticket to
match,
get
so is
a
uppercut.
prominent
So anytime,
rising
see right there,
player
that's
and
the key
top
right there,
American
trading.
Zangief
Trading because
into my
Zangief
home
gives us more
major,
damage
no
and also
problem.
gets the
I'll
love
help
for
you
it
out.
to keep going afterwards.
This is the
That's
same
why
guy I
Cammy just
convinced to
fakes
get
around
to
with her buttons
X
and with
Street
punishers
Battle
against the pro roundhouses.
2022. 5 years later, I
Oh
convinced
boy.
him to go to France.
Oh, wake up, hooligan, dirty,
Alright, wake
dirty
up,
stuff
dirty,
from
dirty. Alright.
Silent Scope.
So, alright, next one
Everyone's
is just
expecting a wake up
pools
uppercut, or they're
match.
just, it's hard for Zangief to really just
Just
go.
wanted to feature a match. Alright, Mega Man X versus Cochise. What's good, what's good? Green hand. This is Canada. They're not Canadians. They're actually Americans. The flag in the match. No, they're not Canadians. Watching all these old matches gives you memories. So basically, I don't need to go through an aftermath. It's just that this is the first time, well, the first person only in the list that's not a home person. I wanted to spice things up for ST, so you might as well help out a new player that you've seen previously, and just thought some interest in there. So good shit. Mega Man X. Yeah, we're watching the whole set. Nice. Good shit. Super. Green hand on whiffs. What are you gonna do? You have 1 silver. You can take two. Oh, you can take 2 chips. Damn it. Ooh, final atomic buster. Damn. What up, what up? Alright, super. Oh, I wanted him to super there. Oh. Is it? I don't know what the score is. It's not even updated. So I'm guessing it's 2-1 for Cochise or it's 2-2. Spinning pile driver. No, I'm sorry. Running power bomb. He's missing the jump fierce jab jab dash. Oh, super. And then you get SPD'd in there. Get sucked into the tornado. Jab, 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 but not doing the dash. SPD. Green hand to advance. Okay, splash. Oh, it's 2-2 now. It's either 2-1 or 2-2. That score does not look correct to me. Now we got an old Honda. Alright, the counter pick. The relief pitcher. Channeling that inner Shogatsu. Oh, shit. Yeah, yeah. Green hand. Nice. Oh, man. This is a tough match. And GG's. And Cochise takes it over Mega Man X. And I wouldn't say an upset or anything. It's just, yeah, I can understand the frustration in the counter pick and all that type of shit. Alright, I can't find any other matches of Mega Man X. So, yeah, that's it. I don't need to explain an aftermath. It's just, he leveled up and he enjoyed his first international major, Canada. His first international major. Helped him out eventually within time, and then I saw him in a couple majors, obviously after this. So good ending, good ending. February 2008 Winter Brawl. SJ and Tao Baka. SJ Claw, and then Dragon Ball Fighter Z. We don't know. I don't know who he uses because at this time, well, I'm not really familiar with the game, but at this time, Winter Brawl 12 was the first Dragon Ball Fighter Z major in the US. One of 2 Canadians given a $1 megabus ticket must pick up at Baseline Music Bar. All right, Baseline Music Bar. Okay, so I remember this. 2017. DJ Shock presents Uplifting Vibes. So I told SJ to meet me. I told SJ to meet me at a bar that's roughly 5.5 stations walking distance from him. I know the DJ go in on this event, so I figure, okay, I'm in your area. We don't need to exchange this ticket online. I want to talk this in person. You know, I like to do business in person. Right? So we got a hyper fighting, baseline, drink lineup. So this and that, draft. So every drink is $5.75 before 11 o'clock. Then it's regular price. So Hello Kitty, White Freezy, Taz and Jeff, Booze an Hour. So every drink is $5.75, $5 drinks. So I told SJ to meet me here. We're gonna talk things over while we fucking listen to some, Euro house and uplifting vibe music and shit. Rave in and rinse out. I'll get fucking bodied. Who else? That's it. I know there are other pictures, so I'll go backwards. The file names. Yep. Someone we knew familiar in our scene by the name of Karen. There's a couple people in our local FGC in Toronto at the time that have met Karen. So shout outs to Miss Party Girl, Bass Junkie, who doesn't like it too funky. Alright, so travel condition is that you will go to NYC on Thursday for sightseeing and FGC exploration. So you will leave Toronto on Wednesday. You will go to New York City on Thursday. You have 20 something hours. Just enjoy it. It's just, sightseeing. Arrive in Philadelphia the next morning on Friday. So I had it planned at the time that I wanted SJ to go to the House of Chaos in the Bronx, so Bum's house, just to get some Dragon Ball games there. And then my understanding is that Scamby and Youth wanted to get some games with him. That didn't happen. SJ went to the Microsoft store and he got second in the Dragon Ball tournament, only losing to Grover. But second place, he got $150 American in a Visa gift card. Like, all right, one of those prepaid credit card type shits. It's like even better. And then he didn't go to Bum's house. He went to Mashfest NYC's house in Roosevelt Island in Manhattan, and he played Dragon God until the 6 a.m. bus. So it's like, well, you're here until X amount of time. You time this on how you can get to that convention center, the Javits Convention Center where they host Comic Con. That's the bus stop. So figure out how you get there, and then you will arrive in Philadelphia Friday morning. Must enter ST. Winter Brawl dynamic of 3 games, $300 prize pot, 5 game entry maximum. I don't know the cap. I think some games were like 32, some games were 64, but there are 5 games that the maximum you can enter, and most of them are free. I know the only 2 games you have to pay for was Dragon Ball Fighter Z, because it's the first US major for the game. Why not? And Street Fighter Alpha 2, because that was run on the side by Master Steve on the Sunday. Alright, and ST is also Tournament of Legends, so it also adds into that. Plus you have US, Canada, and at least 2 French players in on this shit. So must enter ST. SJ has been playing in our locals and the Stun City weeklies. It's only $1 to enter. He uses Claw. We know that. You play with us. Then after that, you play in the majors. So the last time SJ entered ST at a US major, It was at NEC 2017, but the thing is, it was 2 versus 2. They wanted to make it Wasita style. This time, this is 1 versus 1 with a Tournament of Legends spot on the line. We'll get to that video. We'll just get to Tao Baka. Tao Baka, he uses Tao Kaka in BBCF. One of two Canadians, sorry, not two. Two Canadians given a mega bus stop. Must pick up at the Hive Esports travel condition. This is a halfway ticket. I'm only giving you your one way to Philadelphia. You just got to pay your way back. I don't expect any type of performance from you. So if you want this as some type of, relaxing where you can just chill with the boys, that's fine with me. You just have to pay your own way back, and that was like $30. Oh, and he has to go to the Hive Esports to pick up this ticket. That's like what, 6 or 7 stations because he's from the north end, and I'm all the way in Mississauga, so I'm like 90 minutes to get here. Meet me at a neutral location to get this ticket if you want it. Find me at Stun City at the ST station. And he did that. Okay, here's your ticket. You're aware of this. All right, and then when I had it arranged that when Tao Baka arrives Friday from Toronto in Philadelphia, SJ will arrive Friday in Philadelphia from New York. Whoever arrives first informs the other person, and then you just wait for the other person, then you go to the venue together. Just safetyness. Safety first, plus, I told you I had your shit timed in this ticket. Always trust the travel god when the bus is. So for here, I want to showcase SJ's match from Winter Brawl.
See what I gotta do against SJ. SJ uses claw, I think.
What's that?
SJ, he uses claw?
I think so.
Okay.
Yes, he does. He uses claw. And I'll be commentating this match too.
Psychochronic, aka Psychorarity, aka Todd Dwyer, chillin', Psychorarity.
There you go.
Just stealing the mic for a bit, chillin'. Up next, we got 6 Buttons, aka Todd Dwyer. Not many people know this is the OGTO of the FGC in America.
So we got SJ. That's a Rising Blood player that's known for Marvel and can play a little bit of BlazBlue and Street Fighter 4, etc., etc. SJ's facing a Generation 1 player, and this man, 6 Buttons, was the founding father of East Coast Tournament Direct. He ran the East Coast Championships, which was basically one of the hypest Marvel 2 tournaments in the OG days. So this is basically like Generation 1 versus like Generation 3.
Scores just need to be updated. He should not be jumping in on Dolphin.
Oh, wow.
Wall. Oh my god, one more hit. Oh, okay. Wow, yes. We just need the scores to be updated and the names, and then I'll just take this one commentary match, and then I'll get out to hair.
Wow. What?
This is a little bit of troubling for SJ because we don't have a Dulcim in Toronto. So this is completely new. You can't just... No, he tried to tick throw him. Don't do it.
Backflip reversal out of the throw loop.
Yep.
He should be learning he should not be jumping in on Dulcim. That's not a good idea. Wow, Yo got blast to read the Barcelona jump. Oh, that should have been 2 lifts. SJ wants a super.
Ah.
So it's 1 round each
Yes.
for... What's his name?
SJ and...
SJ?
SJ.
Okay. SJ versus 6 Buttons, a.k.a. Todd Dwyer. And he's going to drill after this? Oh, he didn't. He did the other way. He wants to see if
He does the backflip knowing full well that Dulcim's medium punch is the noogie and it has good range.
This is 6 Buttons and SJ.
There's a blast.
Ooh.
Nice spot hit.
Wow.
Wow. It is 1-0 for 6 Buttons.
Yeah, that made Todd feel really good.
Feel both players are trying to methodically play the game slower just to kind of get each other's tendencies and feel each other out. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully SJ can rebound out of this. Very nice.
That was weird.
Yo ball. After Dulcim whiffs an attack, he's already open to be attacked.
Nice poke.
prefer old Zim.
Why old Sim?
Because the limbs are annoying.
Oh,
With
really?
new Zim, it's hard to control. I don't know which one's which. I like to be able to. I want assured long limb.
Yeah.
I don't want to guess. Oh, I didn't mean short limb. I want a long limb. You know.
Nice flip kick. Counter the drill.
Come on, teleport out of that.
Maybe he tried to yoga flame.
That's
Flip
right.
kick too.
Get him.
Whoa,
Oh,
man.
Yep. SJ doesn't know that that exists.
Charge up, and he's like, screw this, I'll just grab him.
Drill.
No.
Cross up drill.
6 buttons,
Short.
like-
Crouch forward. Crouch forward.
Kinda salty. Maybe he's salty or happy that.
If that was
Cowasim,
Kawasim, he can super right after that.
He has that sign of relief. Okay, he's relieved. He's happy.
Oh, he
Nice
missed.
flip kick.
He guessed. Wow, that's nice.
I like how SJ's getting his flip
Oh,
kick.
Todd is salty.
Ooh, he missed.
Nice
wow.
tip throw.
That's nice. Oh, he
That's
missed
a
it.
punish.
Yeah, get
And
thrown.
he
It
was
is
guessing.
1-1.
See, Todd's guessing instead of just playing fundamental.
Yes.
1-1.
So how's everyone in the stream chat? Can you guys hear us well? Booty clapper. Todd gets tight.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, Todd gets tight. Now he has to go through E Honda.
Yeah,
This is a troubling match because SJ, we have a resident E Honda in our scene, and that's Board. So this is one of SJ's troubling matches because you have to get in on E Honda.
I do a lot of hands.
Very
Nice.
He tries to tick throw him, but he has 100 hand slash.
You can't neutral roundhouse his headbutt.
And Ochio.
Nice round. Alright, good.
Well, not from that. Well, at least from not from close screen. From mid screen, yeah. Because of Vega's jumps neutral jump speed.
I love 100 hand slap. I was supposed to buy a new shirt, ST shirt for this tournament, and somehow it doesn't recognize my address or something. It's bizarre. I was really pissed. It was the nicest Honda shirt I ever saw in my life. Nice cross up roundhouse. Oh, he does the other one.
Nice.
Ballsy stuff in the end because he always has to keep going. And notice how Honda's rushing and trying to like eat out the attack punishes. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
There it is.
Now
Jumping.
What up?
Now they're kind of getting a feel
Wow,
of each
50%.
other.
That's great.
Wow, yeah.
And
No.
jump in jab.
Yup, the headbutt.
All right,
It is
2-1.
2-1. Cracking that
So
neck.
will he
trying to
counter
be
pick or will he stick with his
Or
laurel?
he only uses claw.
Oh, really?
These are claws, Toronto.
Yeah. SJ only uses claw in our scene. He's our resident claw.
It's 2-1.
What? It's 2-1
2-1,
Dave.
yeah, 6 buttons.
6 buttons.
Yeah, Todd.
Jump in hands. There it is.
This is pretty troubling.
Them crouching, standing shorts and stuff like that, they work really nice against the rolls. And
Noticing that Todd is not doing any. Oh, okay, I was just
Oh
gonna.
yeah, I was gonna say he did. Doesn't do Ochio.
that he
Well, he
has.
just did it.
The old school style of always holding down back.
Yep. Best way to do it.
Always holding
Always
back.
charged.
Always charged.
Especially against claw. But claw you actually don't need it as much because you can just standing fear stuff.
Wait, punish. Nice reversal flip kick. Right.
See, claw can actually do a backflip as Honda's doing headbutts and you go through free throw.
It's match point for Todd.
Yep. You can jump in hands maybe. Nope.
Trying to stand roundhouse.
Ooh. Yeah, that jump.
Yeah, the jump.
5-6 hits left. Come on, SJ.
Oh.
Hands.
Ochio of the neutral jump. Jumping jab. Good shit. Alright, all I just asked from SJ is you were aware of the conditions that you were going to go to New York for a little bit of, sightseeing and casuals.
Forefathers of the East Coast America FGC.
So yeah, I told SJ that he was aware of, New York City on Thursday just for sightseeing. You gotta enter ST as one of the many games you gotta play. Not really much of an aftermath because SJ still has existed in the scene years after. Still, plays Street Fighter 5 at the time, getting into Street Fighter 5. So yeah. There's nothing, yeah, nothing big. Just wanted to help out a new blood. And the rule is, if no one's gonna accept a ticket, just give it to SJ because he'll appreciate it. So why the fuck not? So no problem. Good ending. Good ending. Youmacon Battle Opera 2019. Siri UX. Siri UX, Felicia, Main, and VSAV. But there's no VSAV here because resident cosplayer of Toronto FGC, known to main the KOF games and help out with Toronto top tiers. Alright, we know Siri UX in our scene. He occasionally helps out. He's one of. Okay, you have me, Siri UX, Hulk Jen, Dyson Doll, and Arkham's Beauty, the 5 resident cosplayers of Toronto FGC. All right, 5 years in the scene, no top placings. This convention is a vacation for cheap. No need to worry about FGC performance. So it's basically I help you, you help me, and there's no expectancies. Yo, man, if you don't place at a game in this tournament, yo, fuck you, blah 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 blah. No, no, no. Enjoy this. This is a vacation. Don't worry about FGC performance on this one because well, Siri UX is not a top player, so it's not like yo he's expected to win, an SNK game at any major possible. Like, nah, that's just no. Being helped out by Tony Majors as part of Madoka, one of many groups part of the Youmacon Gaming Room. Easy trade, staff badge, hotel floor, and food vouchers for gas, parking, food outside the convention, and border toll fees. So basically, I'm going to give you a staff badge of this convention for the weekend. I'm giving you a piece of a hotel floor and food vouchers so you don't have to eat unless it's outside the convention or outside convention hours. Here's your free fucking food meal tickets. I'm not paying for the gas, parking, or food outside the convention or border toll fees. You're going to ensure that I'm not going to spend any money. That's an easy trade. Done. No problem. No need for an aftermath. It's just, hey man, I treated this guy to a convention, all the whole World Warrior stuff, and people help me. I help people back. So I want to go to Detroit and compete in their tournaments. I have a driver and someone that's down to go to a big convention, and hardly anyone from Toronto goes to Youmacon either for the convention or for the gaming aspect. So shout out to Siri UX. RAJ of The Garage 2019. Pestro, ST Chun-Li. Another ST Chun-Li, but more annoying and cautious. 6 years in the scene. No, wait. 6 years in the scene. No. 2 years in the scene. He was 2 years in the scene because when Jeto 7 won Toryukin 7 in May 2018, Pestro showed up the next week and basically beat everyone. It's like, who is this guy that came out of nowhere? And it's like, yeah, well, while Toryukin happened the week before, he was at Stunfest. So he basically hangs out with a bunch of the shmup people. All right. 2 years in the scene, 0 appearances in the U.S. Well, 1.5 years to be exact. First appearance was a local after Jet 07 won and qualified to receive. Jet 07 is getting flustered, yeah. So it's like, who is this guy? Jet 07 just won our tournament, and this unknown Chun-Li comes in and beats all of our asses. So it's like, we need to help this guy get better. Let me do something about it. Being helped out by Tony Majors as part of Madoka, as part of Wendy Groups, as part of the Raj fighting game room and arcade. Easy trade, staff badge for gas and border toll fees. So anything that involves the gas and the toll fees, you're paying for it, and I'm giving you a staff badge. You just gotta pay for your game. Don't worry about a hotel because I have a hotel room with Tony Majors, and you are welcome to be in my hotel room at no cost. And he declined that because he already paid for his room. No problem. Aftermath here, because this is a rhythm and dance game major during Capcom Cup, is that Pestro plays SD. So a bunch of people did play SD. First place, Immortal Claw. Second place, Roy Bizzle, Boxer. Third place, Pestro Chun-Li. Fourth place, Psychochronic Fei Long. Good, at least I got to introduce the US to a much more cautious Chun-Li. That's not me. Plus, I wanted to use Fei Long in this major. Well, it's not even a major in this tournament, so I figured why the fuck not. Another person I wanted to help out that's in terms of our ST block back in the day. I wanted to help out Dogberry and Oz, but schedule unavailable, and I had them all helped out. So it's like, you know what? Help out this guy Pestro. It's gonna be all good. And wanted to show him a little bit of I know this ain't a big U.S. major, but at least you're facing two of the best that the Midwest has to offer in Roy Bizzle and Immortal, and I wouldn't say he was giving the run for the money, but at least he's holding his own. It wasn't like a body bag, so that's all good ending. End finished, and that is it. That is episode 72 of Rarity Talk. FGC Travel Agent covers someone's travel component, the mindset going through this, the various experiences, and the aftermath of every player. Good stuff. So that is episode 72. I haven't done an episode in a while. All right, so I don't know when the next time I'm going to upload a new episode is, but thank you very much for tuning in. I really appreciate you. You're all awesome, and I'll see ya when I see ya.